All right. Streaming live on YouTube. Welcome to another edition of Summer at SAC. And today we're talking about outreach and recruitment. And we have a special guest today, Zach Espinoza. How's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for asking. Thanks for
Welcome
having
to
me.
the show. Welcome to the show. First thing we do have to talk about, it is summer now. We're now in summer. So summer hours are now in effect, and San Antonio College, some departments are operating on a 4-day work week. We do want to remind people on that. But still, you can head on over to alamo.edu/SAC if you need assistance with anything. They can help you there. So, Zach Espinoza, how long you been with San Antonio College?
Yeah, so excuse me, this past February marked my 5th year here. So I'm heading towards 5.5 years here, and yeah, just love the environment, love the experience, love the people here. So and obviously we have a great student population, so love working here.
Nice, nice. So outreach and recruitment, this is a great time to talk about it because fall registration is now open. It's open to all students. Summer 2 registration is also open, but that's going to end July 5th for those of you looking to enroll for summer courses. So let's talk about the student experience. So where did you go to school?
So I came from like our backyard. I came from our community. So I actually went to I graduated from Highlands High School, which is on the southeast side, and one of our bigger community partner schools. So and from there, I actually had the opportunity to go to UTSA under a really cool scholarship program, and so I did go to school there. I did spend a couple of summers here at SAC taking some courses. I really enjoyed it. And so, yeah, and so I graduated from UTSA with a bachelor's in marketing. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. You know, so let's talk about outreach and recruitment. You know, we might hear that department a lot. And I know I do, especially in the summertime. Coming up on the fall semester, you have a lot of students in the San Antonio area graduating from high school, ready to go. Sometimes they don't know where they're going to go.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's really where our department comes in. So we're really about community engagement. We're about getting our information out there, letting students know what we have, what programs we have, because sometimes they're unfamiliar with the process, but they're also unfamiliar with their options. So, you know, they might kind of turn to historically what their family, you know, schooling looks like and where their family have gone to school, or you know, they might be going where their friends are going, and just kind of be unfamiliar with what's available where. And so that's kind of where we come in. We go out, we educate the community, we kind of engage with our high school partners, with our community partners. We bring them in, you know, we try to we have our preview days, which kind of gives them the opportunity, if they're not sure, we kind of highlight different programs. And then we kind of highlight the enrollment process so they're a little bit more familiar. We also engage in community fairs. So, you know, the college fairs, you know, for high school students, for community members, anytime we can kind of go out and talk to those potential students and talk to our community about, you know, coming to SAC, we definitely jump on those opportunities. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we are. We're a multifaceted department. You know, we also are involved on campus. So we also have team members that are, including myself, that run the Welcome Center and kind of help facilitate that, our enrollment lab. And then, yeah, pretty much anything you can think of. We also help with admissions purposes and helping students that are already registered as well here at school. We kind of help them with the process of continuing. So.
Nice, nice. I remember back to my high school days and, you know, graduation. That's a big time, you know, for any high school student. And sometimes, you know, going to college, the thought of college may not even be on the mind. You know, my last day of high school, that's when college was mentioned to me. And by that time I'm like, no, I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that. So it's definitely nice that we do have outreach and recruitment there to find students and open their eyes that you don't need to go into the workforce immediately, or you may in part-time, but there is an option, and this is an option for you. I
Yeah,
think that is
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, explaining the differences, between their certificates, the associate's degrees, whether or not you're wanting to come, for one of our associate of applied science degrees, so you can start working, or whether you're interested in exploring university opportunities after you leave. So we kind of try to break that down as best as possible for the students, but also for the parents, because a lot of our community is first time in college students, first generation students. Definitely my story as well, coming from a family as a first generation student to complete college. And so, so we definitely try to convey all of those things and let them know that they can come to school. It is a possibility. This is what financial aid is. This is what the enrollment process is. And so it's a little less daunting, I think, when the smoke clears and they're able to see, oh, okay, so it is possible. It is an opportunity. And maybe I don't have to go for the full 2 years if that's too much of a commitment at the time, different responsibilities and things. So we try to let them know of their options and kind of empower them to make that decision, it's a big decision. So yeah, we try our best.
It definitely is a big decision, and it's a big process. I've talked with Dr. Vella about this before. He's talked about student success. That's the name of the game here at San Antonio College, student success. And it's nice having you there, because even right at the very beginning, before the student even gets registered or comes in, we are setting them up for success, because we have outreach and recruitment there to help the student and get them familiarized with everything that we have to offer and what education is and what an associate's is. So
yeah, and to just kind of build on that, we actually have instituted just within the last, I think maybe year and a half or so, what's called the enrollment coach model. And so that was kind of a district initiative. And so luckily we have a few, very, very awesome staff members, and we are considered certified enrollment coaches, which kind of puts us in that position, and kind of gives us the opportunity to reach students on those levels. And we have, we're assigned to different student types, different community high schools, different different student types of, that are coming in, whether they're returning or whether they're, first time, whether they're coming in as transfer students from different universities. So the enrollment coaches kind of help with that. We have really awesome enrollment they're called enrollment specialists. So our enrollment specialists are really great as well. And so that's kind of the team that we've built, and we're really trying to give those opportunities to the students.
Nice. So how has your job changed in this environment, in the remote world?
Yeah, so I don't really have to tell people how much we've had to adapt, right? I think everybody's kind of had to make those major changes and kind of had to shift our perspective a little and how we frame our jobs, but also the overall student experience and like how we can engage with those students, right? So I think that it's been there was definitely a learning curve, right? So while we saw the kind of warning signs and things like that, it did kind of blindside us in terms of, for the safety of our students and our staff members and our community, it would be better for everybody to work remotely. And then we kind of, gained our footing from there and worked towards achieving it the best that we could for the students. And so personally for us, it's just kind of been adapting our entire enrollment process to where the students do have those opportunities to do online, submitting transcripts, doing all of the things that would traditionally be done in person, face-to-face, in the Welcome Center, in the community, in our high schools, online. And so it was a learning process, and we had to reverse engineer a lot of things in terms of figuring out what the logistics for things were. And I think we were pretty successful. I think we personally have a great team that's super creative, super, they're quick to learn, and we're quick to adapt. And we have great leadership in our director and with our dean and with our president, honestly, VPs, everybody. So we have that opportunity to expand our understanding of the student experience and kind of adapt to that, which really helps when you're having to think on your feet, having to make these decisions of what would be best for the student, what would work best for the student, which is really how we operate. So I think that, the students first is really has really been a guiding light with that. What's best for the student and how can we adapt that to their experience?
Now, so as I said earlier, we're coming up on fall. We have a lot of high school students that are going to be coming into San Antonio College. And, what is the step? How do we do it? Like, what's the first thing to do? Because before it was just head on down to campus. So what would they do now?
Right. So one of the first things that we tried to do was really develop our remote enrollment checklist. So traditionally what we have is we have our enrollment checklist that's available online, that was available in our welcome centers, that we distributed to the community, in high schools and in fairs and things like that. And so we were tasked with kind of developing that remote enrollment checklist. And so we do have, I don't know if we have a copy of that up there, but we do have the Apply Texas, which is obviously the first step that we can do. So that was always kind of done online. Students, traditionally did that in high school or with us in the Welcome Center. So that was, that's still their first step. Submitting transcripts, we did develop a way for students to do that online as well. For schools to send us, and I think, there we go. There we go. And if we could scroll up there to the first page. Yeah, so there's the apply, obviously. Oh, so we can talk about the top there, the remote enrollment there. We did develop a virtual welcome center, which I can expand on a little bit later, which is done through Zoom. We also have a direct email to our department, which is SAC-outreach. And then the actual process, so apply, which is applytexas.org. That process does take about 3 to 5 days to officially go through. Our transcript, we developed a SAC-transcripts email address that's for institutions and of other individuals to submit the transcripts there, GED scores and things like that.
Now on the transcript side,
absolutely.
So if you have a transient student, and when we say transient student, that's a student that is just in between colleges at that point. They may be coming to SAC to take some summer courses, what have you. But if you have a new student right out of high school, the transcripts, you're gonna need the transcripts from high school.
Yeah, correct. So with high school, we traditionally get we get 2 different transcripts. The first one being the one with the courses still in progress. Obviously, they can't provide us a graduation document, before they've graduated. So we usually work with that. We work really well with, if they're in high school, we work well with the high schools to get us those transcripts. Usually they can send us out, with multiple students that are, that they anticipate coming to SAC. Or we can just request them for the students. The students can submit them as well. And then we do require, once they've graduated, the schools do traditionally send out those official transcripts with the graduation dates and things like that. So we can usually coordinate with students, make sure you let your school know where you're going to college so that we can get that final transcript.
Nice. So after the transcripts, financial aid.
Yeah, so that obviously an optional but really important step for our student population, our community. And so we do have some information there for the FAFSA. We do offer some guidance in terms of like filling it out, what kind of documents you're going to need to have handy. Over the years, they have done a better job of automating those kinds of things to where, you can pull your information from the IRS and things like that. So it's slowly becoming an easier process, but it is still very involved. So we are definitely here to help our students complete that overall. We also do have some information there for the TASFA, which is for non-US citizen Texas residents. So we have the link for that as well. And this document is available. So if you would like a copy of this, if you don't have a copy of this, you can email me. You can email SAC-outreach and request it. All of these websites are hyperlinked, so you can click them whether you're using your phone or your computer. All of the email address are hyperlinked, so you can just click them and it'll send you to the app to send an email. So yeah, just FYI. So if you need this, we can definitely get that to you. So the financial aid, and then obviously once your application has gone through and your student profile has been built, you have access to your ACES account. So we do help with that as well. We can provide you with your name, with your default password, things like that. Make sure you get in and do those modules that are required in there, especially if you're a brand new student. Those are usually one of the things that you need to do. And then obviously we have our information there for us, SAC, our awesome help desk there that you can call and have them reset your password. If you're having any other issues, they can help you out there as well.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Now, so do keep in mind, if you are a student wanting to come to the Alamo Colleges or San Antonio College, apply Texas. That will take 3 to 5 days. Transcript, how long do the transcripts usually take to get?
Right. So you submit your application, and then your transcript, it depends, from school to school. If you're sending it from your high school, they're usually pretty good about just sending an electronic copy. So it's a matter of hours, maybe a day or so. And the same with colleges. Colleges tend to be able to send them pretty easily in terms of like if they're going to be sent over electronically. If it's going to be by mail, which I didn't mention, but there's also our Welcome Center mailing address if you need to send it by mail. Those could take a little bit longer. So we do ask between 48 and 72 hours just to be able to process those, especially if you're sending them by mail. Depending on what state they're coming from, depending if what school they're coming from, it can take a little bit longer, but we are processing those as quickly as possible. We have an awesome team working on our transcripts, and so that is definitely one of our initiatives is to get those transcripts in. And then so after those 3 to 5 days with your Apply Texas, you will have a student profile. You will have an ACES account with the Alamo Colleges, and so you will be able to log in and check things out. The ACES account is really awesome. Student email is there. Your other requirements, including the meningitis vaccine, which we'll talk about, all of those things are going to be accessed and submitted through your ACES account, including all of your student stuff just in general for when you're an actual enrolled student. So,
yeah, and the ACES account, that is going to be the portal to everything. That's going to have your student email. That's how you're going to be able to get in contact with your professors. It's where you're going to look up what classes to register for. Everything and anything, you're going to be doing it through your ACES account. Anytime we say ACES account, that is the go-to place for communication.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
action.
Exactly. Yes.
So
very well put, sir. Thank you very much.
No problem. A lot of jargon flying around.
Yes. Yeah.
So the bacterial meningitis vaccination, due to COVID-19, places may not be currently administering the vaccine at this time, and you can send an email to sac-outreach@alamo.edu for an online waiver to release your vaccine requirement for summer. I'm not too sure about this for the fall. Have you heard anything?
No. So right now we're still kind of there are places that are administering the vaccine, but we are hearing from students that there are some places that are not. So we are giving them an opportunity. So if you're still needing to submit the bacterial meningitis, you have a couple of weeks to do so. You still have some time to work with. But if you're planning to take we're hearing from students that are interested in taking online courses during the fall as well. So if you're anticipating that, we can definitely give you that waiver that says, hey, I'm planning to take classes online. So, you wouldn't necessarily be required to get that vaccine. So that is definitely an option if you're interested in taking online courses.
Nice.
Yeah.
So after that, the TSI exam, the Texas Success Initiative College Readiness Placement Exam. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So TSI exam, Texas Success Initiative, it's math and reading, pretty much English. So we're trying to see where the students place in terms of whether or not you're ready to take college level courses, right? So that's kind of what the TSI exam is designed for. Usually you would come to campus to take it. Even some schools offer it, high schools. Some students do take that in high school. So we are currently offering it remotely, right? Obviously, since we're not on campus. So the remote opportunity is a really great. It's a pretty simple process. Fortunately, right now, until June 20th, we are offering it at no cost for students. So
Nice.
if you're still needing to take it, yeah. If you're wanting to retest, if maybe in high school you weren't too happy with your TSI scores, which we hear a lot of, you can definitely retest. You can take advantage of that opportunity. If you haven't taken it remotely yet, you have that opportunity to get that voucher so you can test remotely at no cost up until June 20th. So that's a really great opportunity for a lot of students. Traditionally, you would pay $32 for it. So you're saving, a good chunk of change there.
On online new student orientation.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing we've had to adapt to being online. We've developed this really great orientation opportunity. Traditionally, you would come to school, you would do a tour, you would get some information sessions, and you would get to do, do group advising and meet with an advisor that would help you register for courses. And so we've kind of adapted all of that to an online platform. So, you can, any student that is brand new or is coming in with less than 15 college credit hours, if you're a transfer student from another college, you are required to take it. So we do offer the online modules, which is different videos highlighting different parts of our campus, highlighting different programs that we have and things like that. So pretty straightforward process. There are some exemptions there, as you can see, but yeah. It's really cool videos that they've developed while we're doing remote registration.
Now let's talk about advising and registration. So after this whole process of getting the foot in the door and I'm ready to go and I've taken my placement exam, now I got to find out what classes I need.
Yes, exactly. Right. So especially if you're a brand new student, you're looking for that guiding light, you're looking for that guidance, you're ready to register for your classes, you've, jumped through these hoops, you've completed the enrollment steps. So we have certified advisors that are here for that. And so next step after your orientation would be to speak with a certified advisor. We do have different institutes, we have different offices for advising. So obviously those are kind of our schools within our school. Depending on what your major is, you're going to see a different advising office. And so we have some information there for our advising offices. I do understand that they're doing group advising again. So that's a really great opportunity. So you can be in a group with different people with similar majors, with similar fields, and you can do group advising and kind of figure out that process together with the advisor. And that also kind of gives you an opportunity to see other students, that'll be with you in the fall. So yeah, really great advising team. Yeah, really great opportunity for students.
And that brings us to the final part, payment, tuition and fees.
Yes, the fun part, right? So
yeah.
fun part.
I wouldn't say that's the fun part. Wait until the books come in.
Okay. That's the exciting part. So the fun part really, no. So payment and fees. So let's say you're with your advisor, they help you register for the courses, you have your courses, you're ready to go. Once you register for those courses, then you have a balance, right? You have a balance on your account. And so obviously you have to go about paying that. If you're a student that's receiving financial aid and that has been awarded financial aid, usually this is the point where that financial aid at a certain date would pay for your classes, right? So that's kind of the process for if you qualify for financial aid and have been awarded. That's the key there. So just kind of double check with us, your outreach team and enrollment coach, and we can kind of help you through understanding that process if you have questions. Otherwise, there are different options if you do have to pay that balance yourself. So we do have payment plans available, which are super helpful for students. It kind of breaks up that big lump sum into different payments. And so, you pay your first payment with a setup fee, and then, you have, different parts, you have different times in the rest of the semester where you would submit those additional payments. And so, the payment plans, if you want to pay, if you're just like, just take my money, here's my money, let me pay for my classes, that is also an option. And so, yeah, if you're anticipating, getting some financial aid, and you're waiting to be awarded, payment plans are also available for that. So
definitely. My time at SAC, it was all payment plans every semester.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But definitely when you do come in, that's why we encourage everyone, financial aid, it is there. It does help. Also, scholarships are available. Definitely try to get a scholarship. We have many scholarships being offered through the Alma Colleges Foundation. And that's also going to be found in your ACES portal. So once again, fall registration is open to all students right now. Summer 2 registration, that's going to end July 5th. So future events, you have an event coming up on the 25th of June.
Yes, we do. So another thing that we've kind of adapted to the online remote registration experience, right, is our preview days. So I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, preview days are when we would traditionally have students on campus, usually a Saturday morning, have you out with your family so you can come check out the campus. It's a lot of times it's a student's first actual time that they're visiting the campus, physically being on campus. So we give a tour, we highlight some different programs, we're able to walk you through some of the buildings and help you with enrollment steps on in person, right? So the preview day that we have scheduled for the 25th, it's actually going to be a live stream. It's going to be streamed on YouTube and on Facebook Live. And so we will have that registration out super soon through Eventbrite. And we will promote that when we have that up. And so basically, yeah, you'll sign up, you'll be able to log in, check out the live stream. We'll have messages from different faculty members, from staff members, from people in our executive team. And then we will also have something that's pretty cool, which is a virtual fair. So we're going to have different departments available for you to go in and listen and to see and to ask questions and kind of experience it that way. So we're looking forward to it. It's been really fun putting it together. And so, yeah, that's going to be on Thursday, the 25th. It's going to be in the evening. So this time it'll be give you an opportunity for parents to get home from work, from students to get done with work, and it'll be in the early evening.
Awesome. Well, a lot of information covered in this episode of Summer at SAC. And a lot of this information, the checklist as well, can be found online, alamo.edu/SAC/enroll. You can find the checklist there. And also the enrollment process, it does vary a little bit from student to student. You have first time in college students, former students, transfer students, senior citizen students, veterans. They have everything broken down for you there.
Absolutely. And we also have a list of our enrollment coaches. So myself and then my coworkers that are also enrollment coaches. If you have any questions, it has our information on there. So please feel free, reach out if you have any questions. If you're a member of the SAC community and you have questions, if you're hearing things for the first time today and you have more questions about what's involved, please shoot us an email. If you're a new student, we'll be more than happy to offer you that kind of guidance and that information.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show today. And next week, we're actually going to not going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be on Tuesday. And it's going to be June 9th, same time, 3:30 to 4. Tune in. We'll be talking with Dr. Robert Vela, the president of San Antonio College, for a big announcement. So big, I don't even know what it is yet, but I'm super excited. So catch us next week. Summer at SAC special episode, June 9th, next Tuesday, 3:30, same time. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.